I'm the Ice Taxi Driver, and I'm here with David Graeber.
Here.
David Graeber.
Hello.
You know why I've come to talk to you, don't you?
I think I do.
We're looking for solutions. Okay, David Graeber, American anthropologist, author, anarchist, activist, currently at the London School of Economics. Interested in theories of value, social theory.
Yeah.
You was associate professor at Yale.
I was, but they didn't take too kindly to my politics.
A reader, social anthropology at Goldsmiths.
What was that?
Your dad fought in the Spanish Civil War.
Yeah, he drove an ambulance in the international.
You've been an anarchist since you was 16.
Yeah, something like that. I told somebody that once. I think it's true.
I see Penny Rambo the other day. He said, anarchism equals love. Right, best anthropological theorist of his generation anywhere in the world.
Said Morris Bloch. Yeah, he appreciates me.
That's fantastic. Okay, so you're also one of the founders of Occupy.
Yeah, well, me and about 80 other people, I'd say, were the kind of people who originally started it up.
Okay, and you're going over to Parliament to be in the People's Parliament? What kind of shit is that?
Yeah, I don't really know. I got John McDonald contacted me on Twitter, and I mean, my impression is that he basically wants to annoy his fellow MPs for bringing real people into the middle of Parliament to talk about real issues, kind of to embarrass people.
That's fantastic. Okay, so they're here today talking about debt. Or that lady I was just talking to her about debt. They set up this space, we're talking about debt. We got the city of London, the city of corruption. We got gambling every single day. We got the rich people gambling on whether the poor eat or starve.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what 2008 was. They were betting on how long it was going to take you to not be able to pay your mortgage. They set up these mortgages that you couldn't possibly pay, and they take bets with each other, like how long it would take you to default.
We've also got Glencore gambling on food, we got... Anyway, you said what the IMF and the bankers are doing now is just a modern version of an old story.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the thing about debt, there was a reason why our economy is based on debt now, because people really believe that there's a morality here, that, you know, if you don't pay your debts, you're a deadbeat, you're a bad person. And the people running the system know that. I mean, mafiosi know that too, and that's basically what we're dealing with here. I mean, they always try to dress up an extortion racket and language of debt, and like, well, you know, cut you some slack the first couple of months, but you owe me, you know. And that's basically what they're doing here, because they realize that if you want to take a relationship, just naked extortion, it's like essentially violence, extracting people for money by violence, which is what our economy is increasingly based on. They're not even taking the profits out of making anything, out of selling anything. They're just taking it directly from your pocketbook. That's what debt is. That's what financial economy is. Well, if you want to set up a system like that, you have to dress it up in a language of morality. Say, well, you know, you've been profligate, you owe money, you're not a good person unless you tighten your belt, you know, and it works. That's why the language of austerity works.
That's that Nietzsche, you know, the collective morality. It's like the British, you know, we are the good people. You know, that's what they, you know, through nationalism and patriotism, Americans do the same.
Yeah.
You know, we're the good people. And it's about the civilized and the uncivilized, isn't it? It's about the poor and the rich.
Right, but they know that the poor people actually care more than the rich people. And that's, you know, that's how they crucify it. They know that, you know, if you're a working class person, like, you know, you come from a community people take care of each other. I come from a working class background. You know, that's what we would say. It's like, you know, where people actually care about each other. The rich people, I mean, they can barely bring themselves to care about their own kids. You know, you can't really blame them when you see their kids. But, I mean, you know, they can care just enough to pass on their class privilege. You know, they'll pull together when they have to. But basically, they don't give a shit about anything. We're people who actually care.
They care about their money.
Yeah, they care about their money.
Because what you just said, you said that you must pay your debts. You know, that there's no forgiveness
unless
in debt.
You're rich.
Unless you're rich.
Exactly, yeah. And that's one reason I want to write this book, because that's been true for 5,000 years. I mean, rich people, they're always willing to cut slack to other rich people, if it's American Insurance Group or Bank of America or any of these huge institutions. Yeah, sure, they can make a few $1 trillion disappear if they have to. But, you know, if you're struggling to get by and you owe money, it's like, no, it's a moral obligation. What are you talking about? I mean, the U.S. government, like Obama, actually, when he came in, they had a choice. They could bail out the banks directly, or they could bail out the mortgage holders. And if they bail out the mortgage holders, that would bail out the banks indirectly, because the money would ultimately go to the banks, right?
Exactly.
And they actually decided, like, fuck it, let the mortgage holders go down. We'll just bail out the banks.
I'm the artist taxi driver. We're going to be back here with Davey. We're going to be talking about Occupy next.